Hey there, it's Fionna Gossling with Riley Page Signature with an update as to what happened in the Oakville real estate market in April 2026. Um, and it actually is kind of a good news story. Finally, we saw more sales transactions and the average sale price was up quite a bit, which is lovely to see some buyer confidence return to the market. And I think part of that is buyers who have been sitting on the sidelines have decided now is as good a time as any to get into the market if it's something they've been wanting to do. Or if you've been thinking about selling or downsizing and you're buying and selling in the same market, then now's the time. You got to get on with your life. This chart is just a visualization of the average annual sale price year over year. So you can see that our 2026 average annual sale price is the same as 2025. And this chart is showing both the average and the median sale price plotted month over month. So you can see we had a huge spike here in both the average and the median sale price, which is nice to see there. We had 254 transactions. So that's all property types. And that's more sales, more transactions than we've had since October. We had 249, which was nice to see. And then before that, June 2025. So that's still low for the spring market, but we will take it and it's quite welcome, I would say. There's a ton of inventory to choose from. So depending on if you're a detached home, a townhouse, or a condo, if you're selling or buying, you need to be really aware of what's out there in both your pricing and your purchasing strategy. But with the 254 sales, it meant that we had 4.6 months of inventory, which is a balanced market creeping towards a buyer's market, into that buyer's market territory, but better than the previous months, or I should say creeping towards balanced. Our average sale price jumped to 1.627, which is a big jump from the previous few months, but not totally off what we would have seen in 2024. And then the median sale price was 1.338, and it's taking 30 days on average to sell a property. If you compare this April to last April, we had more sales, we had fewer listings to choose from, and our average sale price was up 7% when comparing April 2026 to April 2025. It is taking slightly longer to sell a property. And then if you break down what happened last month in terms of property types, you can see that our detached homes, we had 162 sales of detached homes, and the average sale price there was $2,059,000. So that average sale price of a detached home is up almost $200,000, if not more, month over month. Average price of a townhouse is kind of in around where it was before. There were 65 townhouse sales, and the average sale price was $1,073,000. And then condos, we have seen a jump in the months of inventory of condos. So there's more to choose from. And the average sale price came down to $579,000. That's pretty typical that you would see as new things come on the market or newly built construction comes on the market. It's kind of flooding that space. Although 249 listings to choose from is not a huge number. It's that only 27 of them sold, which is what pushes that months of inventory to be so high. And then the average sale price, I think that with only 27 sales, it means we didn't have a few of the bigger sales. So sometimes that average condo sale price can be $800,000. And it really does vary quite a bit, because if we didn't have any of those big sales, then that's really going to impact that average sale price in the condo space. So if you wanted to delve in a little bit deeper, looking just at detached homes last month, you can see that we had only 3.8 months of inventory because we had so many sales, the 162 detached properties, and that's what pushed that average up to just over the $2 million mark. And you can see it's more than $200,000 from March and just under $200,000 from January or from February. If you're looking at the townhouse space, this has remained relatively stable. Lots to choose from out there, 256 properties to choose from with only 56 or 65 sales. And the average sale price has remained fairly stable. And then the condo space is where we saw this big jump. And I touched on condos already. So any specific questions, don't hesitate to reach out. If you're thinking about making a move this year, happy to talk to you about strategy and the best way to do that. And I will check back in next month.